Let's check in with Maria Genero right now. We got some more rain coming our way tonight, right, Maria?
For a few more hours, and then we're going to transfer that back over into snow. But I think the real headline for tomorrow will be the winds and the snow. I mean, I'm not overly impressed with the snowfall amounts tomorrow, and it's going to be hit and miss on and off. But it's the wind whipping around the snow that's falling that's going to create some real visibility problems. So those winds will be gusting, especially during the early morning hours into about the early afternoon, then slowly subsiding. We get a little bit of a break on Thursday, and we're right back into it by the time we get to Friday. I want to show you this, unless things have changed, because this is constantly updating. Everyone right now is pretty much above freezing except Franklinville, Olean, and if we could move the bug for a second, I think we're still at 30 degrees over, thank you so much, in Wellsville. Because they're still below zero, they're still dealing with some mixed precipitation. Winds right now, not an issue, but watch what happens as we progress. We'll let the winds go. About 1:30 this morning, keep in mind our wind advisory goes into effect at 1 o'clock this morning. They will be sustained at about 25 miles an hour, 30 in East Aurora, and they're only going to climb from there. As I said, I think the worst of the winds will be about till early afternoon. Watch what happens after 2 o'clock. They begin to decline. And once they do begin to decline, we can say goodbye to some of the snow showers too. So here's where we are right now. Most everyone has transferred over into rain, except for those 3 areas I was talking about down throughout the southern tier where you're still cool. Everyone will continue to warm tonight. It's going to just take a little longer for some of those pockets down throughout the southern tier. Albion also was at 32 degrees, so you're seeing a little bit of mix right there. Alabama right now over into Wheatfield, all of that is rain down throughout the central portion of Erie County, all the way over to Pavilion, no problems. And then you see Wethersfield. As you start to make your way down, you start to get into some of that mixed precipitation, especially as you make your way over into Allegheny County. Yeah, there's the temperature right now. Look at the difference between Dunkirk and Wellsville. 10-degree difference right there. All right, so here's what we can expect throughout the night. Here's the center, the low right there. And here's the trailing cold front. That cold front will cross over. I'm thinking roughly about 11:30. So we'll have rain until then. And then once it crosses over, it more or less opens a door, allows that cold air to make its way in. Anything that's wet will freeze. So I want you to keep that in mind tomorrow. Even if you're not dealing with the snow, if you have your driveway's not treated or sidewalk, it could be a bit slick. Snowfall amounts, not overly impressed. As I said, 1 to 3 inches, very little up over the north towns, maybe 3 inches down throughout Jamestown and Dunkirk. But it's the blowing and drifting that's going to cause a problem, and especially open areas along Route 5, Grand Island. Here's the hour by hour and what we can expect. This is the transition phase, roughly about 11:30. Front makes its way through. Everything kind of calms down throughout the overnight. We get to 8 o'clock in the morning. There's a few spotty snow showers, but watch what happens in the afternoon. We start to pick up activity. As I said, it's not going to be a wall-to-wall snow. There's lots of breaks in between. It's just the blowing snow that really will cause visibility problems. Then when we get into the evening hours, everything begins to die down, including the wind. I had some people write me, not wind again. I'm with you on that one. It will be dying down by late tomorrow afternoon. So we'll look for a temperature reading in the afternoon, roughly of about 26, still very gusty winds. By the time we get into the evening, everything begins to die down. For Thursday, we get a little bit of a break and the winds subside out of the southwest at about 5 to 10. It'll feel good. But come late Thursday night, our next system approaches. It'll bring in a rain-snow mix for Friday and then cooler air for the weekend.